He was a serial killer, yet he worked for the FBI, the very institution that was supposed to catch him. This is the story of the most cunning murderer in history. In the 1980s, a series of gruesome murders shocked the United States. The victims were all young women, and the methods were brutal. The FBI was under immense pressure, but the killer was always one step ahead. At this time, a man named Robert Ressler, an FBI agent, proposed a new method of criminal profiling. He suggested that by analyzing the crime scene and the victim's characteristics, they could create a psychological profile of the killer. This was a revolutionary idea at the time, but it was also the only hope of catching the killer. Ressler and his team began to study the case files of previous serial killers, and they interviewed 36 incarcerated murderers. They discovered that these killers had many things in common. They were all intelligent, manipulative, and had a history of animal abuse. With this information, Ressler and his team created a profile of the killer they were looking for. He was a white male, in his late 20s or early 30s, and he was a lone wolf. He was also very familiar with police procedures, which was why he was so difficult to catch. The FBI began to search for suspects who matched this profile, and they soon zeroed in on a man named Scott Lee Kimball. Kimball was a former FBI informant, and he had a history of violence. He was also very intelligent and manipulative. The FBI began to surveil Kimball, and they soon gathered enough evidence to arrest him. Kimball was eventually convicted of 4 murders, but it is believed that he may have killed many more. He is currently serving a life sentence in prison.